Hey, it's Wacko Bob here, getting it done here once again here. And for those that don't know, I didn't do any shows this week as far as my regular show to save myself for the NFL draft. I will be covering the NFL draft live all 3 days, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and we hope to get that one done. Just to make things a go here, and yes, I look like I just woke up, and it is true, I just did. And I do want to let things be a little more known here. Number one, I'm still dealing with the great weight loss and dealing with that transformation. But I also do have some other things I do want to talk about, especially with the NFL draft. For those who may not be able to show up for it, I do want to give a little something to you people out there who do support me who may not be able to go and check out the NFL draft this week. So just do that for a little bit. Who's going to go where, and who's going to go and why. And as I do open up a little window here to make for a little more light, there we go, much better. As the show is on the road here, and I do want to let certain things be known. As far as who's going to go first, in the Cleveland Browns, and I could very well be proven wrong, and people will be looking at this saying, "Bob, you're wrong. You were wrong." The Cleveland Browns, how will they go quarterback in this draft? A lot of people say they will make the first overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky. Truth is, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. If you look at where I am with my picks, and whatnot, I know they can't be satisfied to have Brock Osweiler. I know they can't be that satisfied with that, but I also don't see them going the route of picking up a quarterback in the first round, at least. I see the Browns doing more to improve their defense. Yes, I do think Myles Garrett is going to go number one. I think they're going to pretty much make things happen more on the defense with all their picks. I wouldn't be too surprised if they take their 12th overall pick and maybe pick down. But again, this is a Browns team that last year they made sure all their picks counted. And they could very well do it this time, too. They don't have as many picks as they did last year. But I think they want more young players and they want to build young. And I kind of think that's where the Browns are going to go. And maybe we can take them more seriously and not call them the clowns. I still think they're going to be in the top 10 next year of the NFL draft, but I don't think this is the time for them to pick up a quarterback, especially since they don't have the 22nd or 23rd overall pick, which is where they usually love to religiously pick a quarterback that flops. But, it's just, that's where I think it's going to go. How do I think this draft is going to go? This draft is a lot more defensive friendly than it is offensive friendly. Not so much with the defensive line, and they do have some talented players there. They have defensive linemen that are very, very talented. But there's a lack of nose tackles this time around. You got some that can play both positions, but don't specialize in being nose tackles. That's why I was happy to see the Dolphins pick up one a couple of years ago. As far as it goes, though, who do I go with? I gotta say, I'm gonna have to. I do have to say, Myles Garrett will be the first overall pick. I think the Browns are. I think, like I said, I think they're looking to build young. They're looking to build from college, and they were willing to start young. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to see that happen over the next few years too. I think they will make moves to pick up more picks too. Don't be too surprised if you see some of their veterans they start trading them off during the season, because I think the new GM that they've gotten since and Hugh Jackson, I think they got a plan in place, and it's a long-term plan, and I think you're doing this thing right. You're not looking for a coach to try to turn this thing around in 1 or 2 years or even 3 years. You're looking at least a 4 to 5 year process to make this team competitive, finally make them competitive again. It's just, that's what I think is going to happen there with the draft. 49ers, if anyone could really go for a quarterback, it would definitely be the 49ers. I don't think they are either. I think they're going to go defense as well, too. It really is. Skipping down, where do I think the first quarterback is going to go? To tell you the truth, I think if anyone's really going to be the first to pick up a quarterback, it's going to be with the 6th overall pick in the Jets. I know the Jets really need secondary help, just like my Dolphins really need help with the secondary. But I think if they were to go anywhere at this point, I think especially where people are looking at Todd Bowles' job, and I love Todd Bowles. I'm not a Jets fan, obviously, because I'm a Dolphin fan, but I love Todd Bowles. I think the guy's going to do well. I just think if anyone's going to pick up a quarterback, be the first to pick it up, I think it will be the Jets, and I think it will be Mitchell Trubisky. If you want to check it out, and I'll put up a link, I'll see if I can get a link up there for it. You guys can see my the mock draft that I did do on my network, where I have quarterbacks going and how I have them going. I will say this: I have Mitchell Trubisky going to the Jets, to the Jets as the first, and I got, and of course I got Deshaun Watson. I got him going 25th. I got him going to the Houston Texans. I don't think quarterbacks are as talented as they are, and I don't like that whole grade system on NFL.com. I don't like that whole rating system that they use. They do a lot of things that make people look good on paper, and it's not there. It's really not there. The combine only does so much. The pro days only do so much. And that's how I feel about it. But that's how I feel about the draft. I mean, only 2 quarterbacks are going to go in the first round. But that's normally common too. But they're not going to go as high as some people would like to think. You're not getting an Andrew Luck or an RG3 or a Ryan Tannehill. And why throw RG3 on that list? He's terrible. But Andrew Luck, Ryan Tannehill. I mean, you look at them. They were 2 guys that won the first. And how do you leave out? How do you leave out some of the names that went later on in the draft that year, like a Kirk Cousins? Again, Kirk Cousins really isn't the best. If anyone's really a quality quarterback that came out of the draft, it was Andrew Luck and Ryan Tannehill. It sounds like I may be sounding partial to my Miami Dolphins. Is there better quarterbacks than Ryan Tannehill? Absolutely. But it's the best the Dolphins have had since Dan Marino. So, really look at it for what it is there. So, Russell Wilson's really the only other name I could really think of that really came out that year of quarterbacks that were supposed to be great. The only one that really was the flop and was RG3. He had 1 good year. The only other one that may have been mediocre at best, he had a couple of decent years, I wouldn't say good years, was Nick Foles. But Ryan Tannehill, he spent a lot of years proving himself, and I think he has. And obviously no one's going to be better than Andrew Luck. And that's going to be the other one here. I'm not going in order of any drafts here. I'm just saying how it's going to go. Where do the Colts go? Where do the Indianapolis Colts go? I think the Indianapolis Colts look to protect their quarterback still. And I think they're going to go. I think Forrest Lamp goes to them. I think if Forrest Lamp is there, they're going to look to get guards now. They picked up 2 offensive linemen during the draft last year. And they really didn't have the best years, but I think they could still be worked on. So I say keep on going with it to try and get that core that you need. That core that you need in the for the front line. And that's what I'll say there. Last but not least, and I will say it, where will my Dolphins go? Where will my Miami Dolphins? No, I'll bring up the Buccaneers and the Dolphins. I'll start with the Dolphins. Where will my Dolphins go? I think by the time picks come in, I don't think there's going to be a worthy defensive lineman or linebacker that they would want to get in the first round if there's still going to be a lot of cornerbacks. So I think they still work on secondary, and I think if he's still up there and he's still available, and I think he will still be there, I got Tre'Davious White going to the Dolphins. Pick up another corner. And that's how I feel. I think the Dolphins will find a good offensive guard. I don't think too many offensive guards are going to go. I think it's going to be more the offensive tackles. I think there's I think there'll be another 2 offensive guards that'll go in the second round. And I truthfully think the Dolphins will go offensive guard in the second. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Been a lot of talk about them. Where will they go? Where will they go? I think they're definitely going to go running back, and it's all going to depend on who's available. I projected Christian Hackenberg to go to them in my draft, but that's about it. A lot of people have others, especially people that have worked in the same, that have the same feeling of the team concept from college, like they do. I'm forgetting his name right now. I don't do well remembering names off the top of my head. If I had my list here, I would probably do things more that way, but that's what I feel. I mean, I just don't see this draft is hard to project. Let me just say that. Because of the way it is this time, there's going to be a lot of people that may take someone that may not be as good or rated as high, but are good and capable players, because now they're going to be, even in the first and second rounds, they're going to be looking to fill their spots and get them covered now, instead of saying, this guy's too good to give up on. I think they're going to really look to fill their spots and get them filled this time. So that's what I think is going to happen with this draft, and that's what's going to make this one interesting, because you're going to see a lot of guys who are projected for the first round probably not go until the second round, if not the third. And that's where I think this draft, as it starts tonight here, the 2017 NFL Draft, that's how I think it's going to go. So, I mean, what else can I say? What else can I say? I hope the best does happen. I think it's going to be an interesting draft, and let me just quickly get something here. I'll look it up right now. Wow, that was a good one. Let's see if I can get this back up here for us now. I am back. Yeah, I do use my phone for this. A lot easier to use, too. Yeah, I got, this is who I got here. I got, this will show you a bit of round 2. I got the first pick of the second round, and this will be tomorrow. I got Jarrad Davis going number 1 in the second round. This shows you how much I think the Browns are going to do. I think Jarrad Davis moves down. I think Antonio Garcia moves down. I think there's some names out there that I really think will. I mean, I think wide receivers and tight ends are going to be doing it. I think Evan Ingram, is another name to really look at. I think a name like Joe Mixon is also going to be a name that moves downwards. And Joey Mixon, someone who I thought would go more in the third, but I got him projected for the second again, filling a spot. I'm not mentioning teams here, I know that, but you know what? Let's move here. Let's move over here so we could actually look them all up here. We're gonna move over to my office, and we're gonna keep this rolling here. I mean, this is a good little thing here we are doing here. So we'll do that. We'll put this over here, so we all could still see me. And I'm gonna give you guys I'll give you guys the rundown here, as I'm gonna hook this thing up here, and we will definitely get into it here again. As we do our thing here. So we do have that, and we are going to keep this thing here rolling. I mean, I am going to NFL Net right now, so I could have all the names of each team here, and I will go over this here. You want to hear more of this? You want to hear it all right? I do have my show up that has replayed and will be replaying over on Mixlr. Look up the Wacko Radio Network over on the Mixlr. Over on Mixlr, and you'll be able to hear that. I will be, in fact, that is playing. The marathon is playing right now. We'll play up until 6 p.m. And after that, at 7 p.m., and I'm giving an hour there for things. You can check that out as well too. The NFL pre-draft show, which will be hosted by Sonny Cruz, and Sonny, good kid, very good with stuff. I'm sure he's going to probably book a guest to talk about the draft, as we're going to go live with it. And here we go. I am going to the tracker, and we are going to. I already did my predict a pick. This is what I got for the Browns, and I'll go honest here on this one here because it's. And we are, and whoa, my computer is, my computer probably should be rebooted. A little slow, but it's all good. I got the Browns, just so people know where I have the Browns going in with the 12th overall pick. Nothing has been projected. I do have them going with the safety Malik Hooker. You know, just like I do with their other picks they have here. I do have the Browns going with. So you're looking at Myles Garrett and Malik Hooker, which I think would be two good picks for them. I think they really do need to work on their defense and really get that up. And you know, so I mean, I do want that to be known. So I mean, I got them going there, you know, and let's go to the teams and. We'll just go over the Browns. I'm only going to go over a few. I'm not going to go over them all. Don't have that much time to do that because I do have things. You know, of course, I got them going Malik Hooker. You know, they have the second and 20th pick in the second round. I got them going with the linebacker Jarrad Davis, and I got them with the 20th pick, which is the 52nd overall pick. I do have them going with Raul Douglas, a cornerback, or Roswell Douglas, excuse me. I've done that. I even did that during the college years with him too, for last year. I mean, that's how bad I was. You know, and with round 3 and the third round pick, they only have the first pick in the third round. I still have them going linebacker, and this is hard for a lot of people to believe, but I have Carl Lawson moving down to the third round. And the Browns going with him. I mean, Carl Lawson, I think is going to be more of a second round pick. Some of them even have him projected for the first round, but I have him going as the first overall pick in the first pick in the third round, which would be the 65th overall. So I mean, that's how I got it going. Carl Lawson, Roswell Douglas, and of course Jarrad Davis, and of course. You already know where I think they're going to go with Malik Hooker and with the first overall pick being Myles Garrett. The Jets, I pretty much got different here. I got the Jets who need secondary help. I got them going with Mitchell Trubisky. Then they could use more than just secondary help, just so people understand that with them. You know, I got them being the first ones to pick up Mitchell Trubisky. I got them with the 39th pick, which is in the second round. In the second round, I got them actually going with. Teez Tabor, Tez Tabor of a cornerback. So I got them going that route. So I got them going secondary and picking up a corner there. And truthfully, I picked number 70, and I only do 3 rounds. I would never try and do an entire mock draft. The fact that I do 3 rounds is crazy enough. And I know they have a comp pick in the third, and I didn't go with that either. I went with the first 100, basically, and that was it. You know, and with pick number 70, I still got them going corner. I basically got them picking corners pretty much left and right. You know, I got... so, I mean, I pretty much have them, you know, in a position to where that's what they're going to do. You know, and their corner I got them going with at that point. Because there are a lot of good corners in this draft, just like it is with Roswell Douglas. You know, I actually have them going with and picking up who I think they could go with the third round. I'm just trying to get his name, making sure I have his name right here too, because I got him going with Condre Tankersley from Clemson. So I got the Jets. I think the Jets really do what they can to fill out their secondary. I just don't see them going safety. I just don't see a safety that would fit them. Although anyone would fit into a concept or a theme with with Todd Bowles. So there you go. I mean, and there you go. That's pretty much the mock draft and how I got it. And some people have been asking me on Twitter with the with what's going on too with and then that round and everything, what's going on in round 2 with the first picks that the Patriots will have when their trade with the Panthers. How do I have the Patriots going at 72? I see the Patriots getting a capable person that they can work with. I got them going with Deonta Foreman, a running back. So Patriots are pretty much looking at people they could work long term with and create into solid players, and I respect that with Bill Belichick and the Patriots. But there you go. That's pretty much how I feel about that one. And people are asking me too, and I get the Bucs fans because of 2 people that host sports shows that are Bucs fans. 3 really when you count Willie Lawson. But I got people asking me, where do I think the Bucs are going to go? Of course, everyone knows I got Christian Hackenberg going with the Bucs. A lot of people see others going with the Bucs. But where do I see the Bucs going in this year's draft? I pretty much got them in round 2. In round 2, oh boy, it shows you how organized I am. In round 2, I pretty much got them going with the 50th pick overall. I got them going with Justin Evans as safety. I see them still improving there on their secondary and their defense altogether. And in round 3, with the 84th pick, I got DeMarcus Walker, a defensive lineman, going to him. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, personally, I still wish this Bucs team was still run by Lovie Smith. I think Lovie Smith got a raw deal. That's how much I feel about that. But anyways, we are going to move along here. I do want to keep going over things here. Of course, my Miami Dolphins here. I'll finish off with them. I'll finish off with my Miami Dolphins here, which have the 54th pick. I do have them going with Dion Dawkins, an offensive guard, just so my Dolphins know that I still think they will work on that offensive line. I think Dion Dawkins goes there, so that's how people feel there. So Dolphins, shut up. I still support my team. I just think things are going to be a little bit different. All right, that's enough. Enough said. That's it. The shirt, yeah, it's very baggy on me. It makes me look bigger than I really am, but I don't care. I'm comfortable. I'm still at 110 pounds lost. Thank you very much. And with that being said, I will see everyone later. Check out the draft. It will be happening tonight. I will be covering it live. Thanks for listening, everyone.